Hey, it's Joe from SupplementClarity.com. Today, let's talk about blood pressure supplements, specifically what supplements have been shown in human clinical trials to work. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 supplements that have been shown to work. I'm also going to show you the dosages that have been used, as well as how much they might lower your blood pressure. So keep watching. And I'm going to sum it all up at the end with my thoughts. So let's begin our discussion with talking about what I think is the most underutilized nutrient out there, and that's potassium. Several clinical studies have shown potassium can lower blood pressure. This is just one study. Here is another investigation showing potassium can lower blood pressure, and here is another review article on potassium and blood pressure benefits. Most studies show potassium can reduce systolic blood pressure from anywhere from 4 to 10 points and reduce diastolic blood pressure by anywhere from 3 to 4 points. I would point out most Americans do not get enough potassium in their diet. They don't eat the foods that eat potassium, and the American Heart Association has recommended that people aim for anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 milligrams of potassium a day. You can get this in food. Again, fruits, veggies, beans, and seeds are good sources of potassium. Next up is berberine, which you may have heard of as a cholesterol-lowering supplement. I have done a previous video on the effects of that. Several studies have shown berberine can help cholesterol as well as blood pressure. This study you're looking at right here is a review of 27 previous berberine investigations, and they have noted that berberine can lower blood pressure by anywhere from about 5 points for the systolic blood pressure and about 2 points for the diastolic blood pressure. Systolic being the top number of the blood pressure, diastolic being the bottom number of the blood pressure number. This study in particular also mentioned that it could help blood sugar levels, cholesterol levels, and again, high blood pressure issues as well. Again, I'll link to my cholesterol berberine research in the description below. If you like chocolate, I got good news for you because chocolate can help blood pressure according to several studies. We're talking not necessarily milk chocolate here, but dark chocolate. This is one investigation of chocolate and blood pressure, which found it appears to help. Researchers appear to show that it takes about 2 ounces, 1 to 2 ounces of dark chocolate a day. Dark chocolate has been shown to drop systolic blood pressure by about 4 points and diastolic blood pressure, the bottom number, by about 2 points. Again, like a lot of these things, it doesn't happen overnight. Normally it takes a couple months before you might see benefits. Oh, and as an additional benefit, other studies have shown that dark chocolate may actually also lower bad cholesterol, LDL, as well. Next up is flax seeds, which I personally like to put on oatmeal and throw into smoothies. Flax seeds are, a lot of studies have shown that flax seeds can help blood pressure. And for example, in this study, this is a review of 15 previous flaxseed blood pressure studies involving over 1,000 people, and they showed that flax seeds can lower both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, and it doesn't take a lot. Studies tend to use about 1 to 2 ounces of flax seeds a day, and they have shown that flax seeds may reduce both the systolic and the diastolic blood pressure by about 2 points each. Next up is garlic. So if you like garlic, more good news for you. Several studies have shown that garlic can lower blood pressure. Various studies have used anywhere from 200 to 600 milligrams of garlic a day, showing that garlic can lower blood pressure, the systolic blood pressure, by about 5 points and diastolic blood pressure by roughly 3 points. And then the next up is arginine. Arginine is actually an amino acid. It's a non-essential amino acid, which means we do make it, but sometimes we don't make it enough. Here is one investigation of arginine lowering blood pressure. It involves 54 people. They gave these individuals up to anywhere from 2 to 4 grams of arginine 3 times a day. So that's 6 to 12 grams of arginine a day, and they found that at the 12-gram dose, that was what was effective at lowering blood pressure. Not all studies show this much. It depends. It's usually a range on when it comes to arginine and blood pressure. For example, in this study here, this is a review of 11 previous arginine blood pressure studies. And they found that arginine anywhere from 4 grams a day to 24 grams a day could lower systolic blood pressure by about 5 points and diastolic blood pressure by roughly about 2.5 to 3 points. And then lastly, we come to hibiscus tea, which again is another thing I tend to put in smoothies myself. There are a lot of studies showing that hibiscus tea can lower blood pressure. This is one review of 5 previous controlled trials of hibiscus tea showing hibiscus can lower blood pressure significantly, both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Usually it takes about 2 months to kick in, and studies have shown that hibiscus tea can lower systolic blood pressure by about 7 points. That's a lot. And diastolic blood pressure by about 3 points. I will link to my other hibiscus tea blood pressure reviews so you can check out the research in more detail. So my thoughts on all this are as follows. Number one, I would start with just one of these. I wouldn't go out to the health food store and buy all of these and take them at the same time. I would start with one and see how it works for you before moving on to another one. I'd give it at least a month. None of these are going to take effect overnight. You want to give yourself at least 1 month before you can see probably significant differences. Some actually take a little bit longer than 1 month, but at least 1 month is about the minimum. If you take any medications, can't speak strongly enough to this, you want to talk to your doctor first. Each of these could have their own interactions with prescription and over-the-counter medications. So if you are taking medications, definitely talk to your doctor. And then I couldn't actually talk about this without really mentioning that weight loss and exercise are important. Even a little bit of weight loss, less than 10% of your body weight has been shown to lower blood pressure significantly in humans, and even a little bit of exercise like a 20-minute walk has also been shown to lower blood pressure as well. So there you have it. What do you think? Have you tried any of these for your blood pressure? If you have, leave a comment below. Until next time, I'm Joe from Supplement Clarity. Talk to you later.